Hey, I got that check-in to go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go. We go. You see it?
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
Gotta go.
They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Going deep this time for Miller. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now it's Trubisky. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And he's got Miller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he'll bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down. The Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation.
18.
This time, Trubisky will throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Allen Robinson, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now. 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
19. 14.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. He got 29 yards that time.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in the diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pick up there of 20 yards. 14, well, throw on first down with Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. And Dixon from 19 yards away. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Chicago, they're taking the field again here on the offensive side. And any questions as to whether the Bears were for real, I think they were answered on last week, Sunday night, Week 14. Convincing win in the cold over the L.A. Rams 15-6.
Yeah, they are legit on defense, aren't they? Forced 4 turnovers and held the L.A. Rams Let me say that again.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Frank Clark coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. On second down, here's Trubisky. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go, let's go. Zebra.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down and 8 to start things out.
Tempo. 14, run it.
They go play action with Wilson. Buying time to his left. It's complete to Jerome Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately...
There's Baldwin, touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right?
He's got a man, complete. A huge play there for Chicago. 56 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Here's Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Frank Clark in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Well, the Seattle Seahawks looking very much like a playoff team after 4 straight wins, now at 8-5 after that victory on Monday night in Week 14.
How about that? And so many people thought this would be a rebuilding year for them. No more Legion of Boom. But this team set up perfectly for head coach Pete Carroll. Young, enthusiastic, ready to show the world that they were better. And don't forget, they saw Russell Wilson playing quarterback. They're 2 games up in the wild card race with 3 to go.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
14, run it.
They go play action now. Wilson. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Run it. Gun. Check 50, check 50. Run.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready.
Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. On 1st down, Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage just comes through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
19. Gotta go.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. So 2 minutes to go in a wild 1st half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this.
12. 18. 14. Got it. 95. 12.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
14, got it. Zebra. Hey, easy. Check 51. 14.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Play action. Now Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cohen. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And Parkey's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Tempo.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Completes it to Dixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Wilson now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10.
14. Let's go, 14.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will knock things up here late in the first half. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Caught out left side by Robinson. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Let's go, let's go. Hands up. Go, 180. Gotta go.
Final play of the half, it's Trubisky. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete on the deep ball. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
It's in the game.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
He's going to... And that is intercepted! Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently, so that's just going to be an incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. On second down, here's Penny. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
It's caught. Lockett. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
It's caught inside the 25. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
We know it's tough enough to pick up first downs on 3rd down plays, but when you go for it on 4th down, sometimes you're actually just praying, and on that play, the prayer was answered.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All right, partner, let's peek ahead to Week 15 while we have a second here. It starts out with a good one on Thursday night. How about the Chargers and the Chiefs, a battle in the AFC West?
Yeah, it could very well decide the division, and that's a huge, huge ball game. And who saw that coming when the season began, that this would decide the whole deal? How about our first Saturday games of the year? Texans, Jets, Browns, Broncos, and those are going to feature the young quarterbacks. Sam Darnold with the Jets, Baker Mayfield with the Browns.
And then Sunday, the late game, Pats and Steelers. You get Eagles, Rams Sunday night. Saints, Panthers Monday. I mean, hello, Week 15.
Yeah, that means I'm doing absolutely nothing the entire weekend except sitting on the couch and watching ball.
Well, you're also working a game on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, besides that.
Okay.
All right.
Being chased out left. Incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half.
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Here we go on 4th down with Trubisky. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Now, this is a nice little gift wrap situation as they take over 1st and goal. Now it's Carson, and they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now it's Wilson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And Janikowski bangs it through. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a 4th quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, one thing neat going on around the NFL again recently this year, we've seen this before, but the My Cause, My Cleats, just a chance for the players to give back to a certain charity that they like and dress up their shoes how they want. I know you saw that a couple weeks ago in your game.
I certainly did. I had the Giants and the Bears, and during this time frame, each team is allowed to designate one home game.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Spread left, spread left, spread left, spread left. Gotta go, gotta go. Fair, fair.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. This throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Go 14. Hey, hey.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
foot. Shot. 14. 19. Fair. Hey.
On second down, Wilson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Here's Wilson. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but with 6? Let's hope we don't get bad again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Frank Clark bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight.
18.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Zebra. Fair. Gotta go. Right, easy. Check 51.
Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And Janikowski bangs it through. And that will make this a 9-point lead. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down.
Hey, gotta go.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky looking deep for Gabriel. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 57 yards. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. And that'll be incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Parkey's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On first down, Wilson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
14, front it. Gotta go. 14, front it. Let's go, 14. 12.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gun. 12.
And the blitz does come. He lets it fly for Lockett. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
On the mental focus of the whole
that's
thing.
true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson dancing to his left. And no, it's incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Bears are going to get... football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Gotta go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. He's back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. They got the dramatic score to tie the game here late 4th quarter. Now all eyes resting on the foot of one man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Your brother called me before the game. That's his guy in fantasy. He needs this one badly.
Parkey adds the extra point, and that is going to put him on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off.